My dear brothers and sisters, have you ever felt a hunger deep inside you, one that does not go away with food? It is a longing for something more in life, something that fills your heart and gives you peace. Let me share a story with you. There was once a young woman named Sarah who seemed to have it all: a good job, friends, and a busy social life. But despite her outer success, she felt an emptiness inside that she could not get rid of. One day, she decided to visit her grandmother, a woman known for her deep faith and simple, contented life. Over lunch, Sarah opened up about how she was feeling. Her grandmother, with a gentle smile, said, "You know, Sarah, I used to feel that emptiness too. I tried to fill it with many things: work, relationships, even distractions. But nothing worked. It was not until I began spending time with Jesus, especially in the Eucharist, that I finally felt complete. The more I spent time with Him, the more I realized that He was the only one who could truly satisfy the deepest longings of my heart." This simple wisdom struck Sarah deeply, and she began to seek Jesus in her own life. Over time, she discovered the truth her grandmother had shared, that only Christ could truly fill the hunger she had been feeling all along. In our first reading from the book of Exodus, the Israelites are wandering in the desert, hungry and complaining. They wonder if God has forgotten them. But God hears their cries and sends them manna, a special bread from heaven to feed them. This manna was not just food. It was a sign of God's care and a promise that He would always provide for them. In today's Gospel from John, Jesus tells us about a different kind of bread. After feeding a large crowd, explains that there is a food more important than the bread we eat every day. He says, "I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never be hungry again." Jesus is offering Himself as the answer to our deepest needs: the hunger for love, for meaning, and for a life that does not end. This bread that Jesus talks about is His own body, which He gives to us in the Eucharist. Every time we come to Mass, we receive this bread of life, which nourishes not just our bodies but our souls. My dear friends, St. Paul in his letter to the Ephesians reminds us that when we follow Christ, we are called to live in a new way. He tells us not to live like those who do not know God, chasing after things that do not last. Instead, we are to put on a new self, one that is made to be like God. Life can be full of distractions, my dear friends. We might be busy with work, social events, or simply the demands of daily living. In the midst of all this, Jesus invites us to come to Him, to let Him fill the emptiness inside us. When we receive the Eucharist, we are receiving Jesus Himself. He wants to satisfy our deepest hungers. But to truly receive this gift, we must approach the Eucharist with hearts that are open, ready to let Jesus be the center of our lives. If you're feeling lonely, Jesus offers you friendship, my dear friends. If you're overwhelmed by life's demands, Jesus offers you rest. If you're searching for meaning, Jesus offers you a purpose that goes beyond anything that world can give. As we reflect on today's readings, let us consider the deep hunger we all carry within us. In our daily lives, especially as young people, we often try to fill this emptiness with things that do not really matter: success, material comforts, social media, or entertainment. To truly satisfy this hunger is to turn to Jesus. He invites us to seek Him not just in moments of prayer or at church, but in every aspect of our lives. Remember that Jesus is always with you, offering Himself as the bread of life. He alone can fill the emptiness inside and give you lasting peace and joy. My dear friends, I have two simple suggestions for you. First, try to attend a weekday Mass or Sunday Mass. Spend a few minutes in Eucharistic adoration. This will help you connect with Jesus, the bread of life, in a tangible way. Second, instead of scrolling through your social media or engaging in surface level interactions, invest time in deepening your relationships with the family and friends. Look for Christ in these moments. Recognize that He often speaks to us through the people around us. By focusing on these practices, you will start to experience the deep fulfillment, satisfaction that only Jesus can provide, helping you face the challenges and distractions of life with a stronger sense of purpose and peace. Jesus is the bread of life. Amen.